Welcome to Guns and Gear Network, everyone. Wanted to bring this video this afternoon about perimeter security, driveway alarms, so forth. Um, Normally, if I do a video about something that I've already seen on YouTube, I've told you this before in my other videos if you follow my channel, I only review things if I feel like I can improve on something or it's a product that I hadn't seen or I don't see a lot of good quality reviews about it. The Harbor Freight driveway alarm has been reviewed quite a few times on YouTube. However, if I feel like I can improve it or show you something that maybe you didn't think of or somebody else didn't show you, I feel like I should be able to do that. So it's a basic Harbor Freight driveway alarm. They're about 20 bucks. You can usually get a 20% discount. If you remember the NRA, you usually can get coupons through them, so forth. So it's $20 minus the 20% off whenever you can catch one of those coupons. So a driveway alarm. It's basically an IR sensor, which is this, that when something passes in front of it, it sends off a signal to another unit, which is what I call the chime box. So they come in white from when you get them from Harbor Freight. So the first thing I did was I took and spray painted mine OD green. I wanted to mute the color and so forth. The other issue a lot of times, if because it doesn't look natural, and people can see it. It's even in green. Somebody might see this thing. So that's always an issue. Around a home, somebody may not, but if you're, if you want to use this for perimeter security or, monitoring a trail into a camp or retreat or something like that, you want it camouflaged really well. And even around my home, I wanted it camouflaged. So also, this unit itself is weather resistant but not really waterproof. So in my opinion, it's going to be better if you figure out a way to house it some way. And I've seen driveway alarms, maybe not this one, but others that are stuck in birdhouses and stuff like that. And that's fine around your home, but if you stick a birdhouse in the middle of the woods monitoring a trail, obviously, if a human being sees that birdhouse, it's going to look out of place, probably, and they're going to wonder what that is. So, how do we fix that? I figured out we need to camouflage it, and so I also wanted to house it. So what I did is I took one of these jugs I had laying around at the house, and I cut it down. Essentially, what I did is I followed this line here on this decal, and I cut this off, the top off first. Then I cut along this line to the end, turned it around, and cut along this line to this end. So what you wound up with when I was done is this here. So let me pull this back so you can see. This is the rear, the bottom of the jug. Here's where I cut it and around there. So that's what you get. So then what I do, I drilled some holes in the bottom here, and I had an old Christmas tree, and I zip tied it to the top like that. Because the reason, if you understand camouflage and understand what camouflage works and why it works, the human eye picks up straight and vertical lines because it's not natural in nature. So that's why you want to break up your pattern. Just like a sniper, he wants to get rid of those hard lines, and this is a hard line. So I could have went in here and maybe cut this a little jagged or something to cut away that, but I had some of this laying around, and you could use natural veg if you wanted to. I just happen to have an old Christmas tree we didn't use this year. We bought a new one, and I had a lot of this stuff, and I've actually kept it for this purpose of being able to camouflage things. So I've got a whole Christmas tree now that I can use to camouflage things and use these branches that came off the tree. So what I do then, I drilled 2 holes back here, and I ran this green wire. This is actually, it was a pre-lit tree, and I had some of this green wire. And I'll tell you why I use wire here in a minute. But what I did is I can slide this unit inside of this like that. And then this wire, green wire, holds it all in place, just like that. Now, what I can do is I took one of these little things here, like you see on a backpack or something like that, like a backpack or to hold strings together, basically, to be able to tighten it down. Sometimes you see them on coats, jackets, that sort of thing. So here's how it works. Because I got this long cord here now, I can wrap it around the tree, and then I can stick it in here, and I can tighten it down around any tree size for the most part. And the reason I like this method, if I'm using it at the home, that's fine, but let's say I'd like to take it to camp or take it with me, something like that, to a retreat, or I'm bugging out and said, I need to go grab my driveway alarm as an extra. Let's go ahead and get it. This right here is a complete unit. It's easy to move around. And I don't have anything permanently fashioned. I don't need screws in the field. I don't need any type of things that can get lost. This is one simple unit. This wire holds onto the tree. This unit here is all zip tied. It's not going anywhere. And this wire holds the actual unit in place. It's not going anywhere. So, and because it has a little shelf here, it fits in that anyway, that little groove. So I'm going to pause just a moment here, guys, and I'm going to set this up and kind of simulate it being on a tree, and then I'm going to show you how that works. Be right back, guys. All right, so here we go. I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is mounted just to a metal pole down here, just like that. Now what I like about it, and I'm going to cut this thing on and show you. All right, so you hear it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how it works. Something walks by and it goes off. My hand is the one causing it to go off. Sorry, I got it out of camera. So as soon as they walk by, so if you look, I can take this camouflage and I can break it up. It's kind of like, again, like a sniper uses. He breaks up his camouflage. And I'm going to cut this thing off because it's driving me crazy. All right, so another thing I like about this design, let's say, for instance, things change and I need to just change the angle of where this thing is mounted. So all I have to do is loosen it a little bit and turn it around the tree this way. Or I can turn it around the tree this way. If I use the traditional, the way they want you to mount it with a screw, I can't really do that as easy. Not on the fly. I mean, sure, I could take the screw out, move the screw and all that. This, I can kind of fine tune the angle and then, again, have this and you can bend this down. You can use natural veg if you want. That's fine. Just use some natural vegetation and put it up there, kind of like a ghillie suit. You can make it work and, like I said, break up those hard lines. And I can curve it around like that and so forth. And then have it mounted. You know, you wouldn't mount this real high. You're going to mount it probably, they recommend, I think, about 3 foot off the ground. So, you know, mount it however you want, and then you could actually figure out some other natural veg and stuff, vegetation, if you wanted to use that. So anyway, guys, I just want to bring you this video. Hope this was helpful to you, and I highly recommend these driveway alarms. They're a good early detection, letting you know somebody's coming into your area. So if you, I would highly suggest you get a few and put them around and utilize them. As always, guys, I appreciate you tuning in tonight. If you have any questions, post those below. If you have any experience with any of these driveway alarms or some ideas that you come up with, please share those with us. We'd like to hear from you. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. We'll be bringing you another video shortly. Have a good night, guys.